everyone, Dad Jokes Pwn here, back for another video, and today we will be doing something a little bit different. I am planning on using these 5 units as experience feeders for an upcoming XP event. Take a look here. All of them have Genius 3. I was able to level all of these up during the last XP event and pump a lot of experience into each unit. And the goal for today's video is to roll off the Genius 3 for each one. And of course, the reason for doing that is I'm going to be incubating each of these units after having converted them to shiny so that they get the maximum amount of experience in order to move up to the next levels. If you're unaware, and basically these principles are pretty widely used, and trademark, if you watch his videos, he calls it like the fuse down technique, I believe is what he refers to it as. But anyway, the idea is you level units up as much as you can during a high XP event with Genius 3. You then roll off that Genius 3 so that it requires the maximum amount of experience to continue leveling them in the incubator. Then you proceed to incubate them. Well, excuse me. First, you actually go ahead and convert them to shiny, and then you incubate them so that they're getting as much experience as humanly possible into these units. And then, only after all that, you go ahead and fuse them into a unit that you're planning on leveling up. So obviously I'm planning on leveling up one of my higher level units, um, either Shiny Greatest Evil, one of my divines, perhaps Famu here, the Shiny Famu with Genius 2. That might be worthwhile because it's only level 271 right now. But the goal is to quickly level up something else and take advantage of all of that XP. So you can see here the family with Genius 2, level 271 right now, rocking 7.3 quadrillion damage. That could potentially be a target. And over this last several days since the last event, you can see here I have almost no multi-opens. That's because I spent the entirety of that time trying to open and get Gilgamesh, and I just didn't get him. I I had probably about 200 trillion multi-open stars, and let's go ahead and take a look at the number of stars I actually opened. Yeah, Young Ninja Star. So 4.67 million opens in Ninja City, and I can't remember what the name. Oh, Violent Star. Thank you. Um, Violent Stars. Let me find that really quickly. So we've got 4.67 million. This really needs to be alphabetized. It's ridiculous that it's not, or at least in order of the world. Um, I don't understand. Okay, so 5.55 million. So a little over 10 million opens and no Gilgamesh at this point so far. Pretty heartbreaking. Obviously, I'm going to keep trying to get it. Um, yeah, so 5.55 plus 4.67. Yeah, over 10 million um, in order to try to pull Gilgamesh. Unfortunately, with no luck there, and that's pretty brutal. Um, but it just happens sometimes. So let's go ahead, head back over to Hero University, and get started on rolling these passives. Um, Again, the goal here is to just roll off the Genius 3, but if we roll up something really crazy, then of course that's probably going to force me to change my plans and do something a little different. So here we go. Of course, I have plenty of shards here, so no problem with going ahead and just rolling with shards. See what happens here. And okay, interesting. So we land on strong 3. So that's perfect. Basically, I just don't want any variation of genius on these units so that I can get the maximum experience from incubating later on. So strong 3 is actually going to make this a pretty interesting character strength-wise. But this works out pretty nicely in terms of what we're trying to do today. So let's go ahead and do the second one here. See what we get. Again, just trying to avoid any genius. Okay, so speedy. So again, that'll work just fine for our plans. Nothing crazy on either of our 2 secrets. Let's go ahead and move on to comma here. Oh, okay. So with strong 3, that actually makes this Famu at level 274. He has 7.9 quadrillion. And you see here, control monster, same level, 8.2 quadrillion. Obviously, the biggest part of that difference being giant versus strong 3, the 50% extra damage versus the 65% extra damage. Plus, control monster also has her base damage completely maxed out. So it definitely makes a difference there. All right, moving on to comma here. Obviously different shards since he's from a different world. Uh, oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So strong 2 again goes right along with the goal for today. Leader 3, however, would have forced me to probably change my plans and actually make use of that unit on my team because that would probably make a pretty solid upgrade to a leader 3 unit. But now let's go ahead and move on to this the Sasuke really quickly with Genius 3. See what we get here. Huh. Oh, but dang. That's pretty crazy. Now, I don't really intend to use this unit for damage. Obviously, the goal of leveling it was to do something else, and you can you can see here I have a mythic Sasuke with blessing, and the goal will actually be to make a shiny crafted out of that unit. Well, one could certainly argue that I could do that with that tank unit, but I have a blessing, so really no point in doing that. I have no problem with going ahead and converting the tank unit into uh, fusing fodder. But because of the fact that I do have the intention in a future video to go ahead and make a shiny crafted with blessing. So let's go ahead and move on here to Kodo, and that's just for you regular viewers, uh, a little bit of extra insight into what's to come, something to look forward to. There we are, close again to leader 3, but we rolled off the genius. We didn't get any other variant of genius, so we are now in pretty solid shape for uh, the step 1 of the plan, and going ahead and moving over um, to the next one now. I'm kind of curious what, yeah, 1.1% chance to roll that tank. Pretty rare, and it made that unit 4.4 quadrillion damage. That's pretty pretty dang solid. But versus the rest of my team, um, at the end of the day, I just simply don't need it. So it'll be still useful experience fodder. Let's head over to Chimera Jungle and move on to phase 2 here, which is converting the secrets to shiny. I just don't have enough fruit to do the other units. I converted basically everything over to secret with the well, obviously with the intention previously of um, converting over to divine with the anticipation of getting Gilgamesh, which never happened unfortunately. So um, I'm not going to go crazy this time with fruit uh, because again I want to try to preserve as many as I can to turn into divine fruit later. So I think I'll be a little more conservative than I often am. It may come back to bite me in the butt. Hopefully not, obviously. Um, but rather than just spend a ton, I think I'll just do 35. Yeah, that gives me about 83% chance. The odds are certainly in my favor. I could lose it, but here's crossing our fingers that that doesn't happen. Let's see. Come on. Okay, that's a relief. All right, so one out of the way, one more to go, well, at least as far as secrets go. Oh wow, 14 quadrillion damage with that strong 3 unit. That's pretty sweet. That's actually going to be pretty helpful up until I get to the point where I can actually throw this into the incubator. Obviously, I'm doing a bit of yen farming to recover from the last event. I dipped down to a little below 10Z. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. You think I'd know how to do this at this point in the game? I'm yeah, there we go. Hit convert, select, and again 35. Let's hope that does it for us. Come on. Okay. All right. Good. Um, it's always such a huge relief. Uh, I've been fortunate enough to not lose any super important units so far, and now that I've said that, I may come to regret having said it. But um, let's go ahead and take a look and see where that puts us. 11.3 quadrillion DPC, and again, that's without my 3 most powerful units. So that's pretty sweet. That's going to help me continue to grind up a little bit and get ready. So basically that's it for today. Wanted to uh, go ahead and go through my process. And, well, it's not just mine. Obviously, a lot of people use it, but it is considered to be the most um, efficient means of leveling up right now, while also still being able to have access to your stronger units, since your fodder is in the incubator instead of your stronger units. Um, Allows you to farm things up much more easily, certainly. And having the opportunity to have a number of units um, incubating and just having tons of experience pumped into them to then transfer to another unit is going to be extremely helpful. Um, and hopefully you guys have found this valuable information, and I'm really hoping that my OCD kind of kicked in here. I didn't seem to have all 7 of my units out for some reason. Okay, here we go. I don't know why that bugs me. It always does when that additional unit isn't there. But anyway, hopefully you guys have found this information helpful. I do definitely feel like it's the most efficient way to get stronger in the game, and if you're not actively getting stronger in the game, you're falling behind. You're literally falling behind because Direb definitely keeps the power creep pushing forward pretty steadily and heavily in this game. So if you're not taking full advantage of the incubator, if you're not taking full advantage of the uh, XP events that we have basically at this point every other week, um, you're definitely going to fall behind and have a lot more trouble, especially in the later worlds where the health pools are just pretty ridiculous. So if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it. It helps me a ton in trying to grow a YouTube channel. And for those of you who have already subscribed and who are regular watchers and regular commenters, I appreciate you greatly. I can't believe that I just started this channel, I believe, in December of 2021, and we are now um, over 130 subscribers. And um, it still floors me that uh, people tune in regularly, people reach out to me regularly, message me on almost every video. They update me with where they're getting, and I appreciate that, guys, so much. Please do keep that up. It feels good to be growing a community of individuals, and getting to foster those relationships means a ton to me. So sign up, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you haven't already. And I'm very humbled to be in this position. Obviously, my subscriber count is a drop in the bucket toward some individuals out there, but you got to start somewhere. And I'm happy to be getting this opportunity. And I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.